All right. Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Hi, Doug.
How you doing?
Excellent. Great. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
I'm excited.
So it looks like today we're going to be talking about golf, which is something that we've never talked about on this show before. So I appreciate the opportunity to speak on a topic that we've never covered on this show before.
Excellent. Excellent.
So you are a pro golfer, I presume, yeah?
Oh no, absolutely
No?
not. I am a average amateur golfer that has discovered a far more enjoyable way to play the game for everybody, from total beginner to the avid professional.
You've discovered a new way to play golf?
Well, I've taken what has been done before and added what I feel the best of all the methods and put them together in one cohesive, easy to follow, eight rule step guidelines that allows everybody to easily play the same way from start to finish without any controversy and no one ever accused of cheating or having illegal moves. And everyone has a lot more enjoyable time because my system's all about being positive and having positive opportunities to score well on the golf course while greatly diminishing the negative moments. So it's a really positive win-win experience for everybody. So everyone who's tried it has had a great time, and I'm really excited for everybody to get on board and get with the program. And I think that golf worldwide population will double based on what I've put forth here. So that's the main goal: is get a lot more people playing worldwide and enjoy themselves on the course and to cherish the moments that they've been getting on and off the course with those closest to them. That's the premise of the book.
Okay, you might have to dissect that a little bit for us because I'm having trouble understanding exactly what you have done. You didn't change the rules of the game, did you?
I didn't change the rules of the game. What I've done is put in parameters that put people at the right tee boxes for their abilities. So basically, what I've done is I've said we're not going to do the stroke play method that is used in professional tournaments. What we're going to do is we're going to do what I call modified Stableford system, which has been around for hundreds of years, but is a positive scoring system. So if you play a hole, you can't get any negative points. The worst you can get on a hole is 0 points. So if you get a par in the hole, you get 2 points. You get a bogey in the hole, you get 1 point. So you get a birdie, you get 4 points. You get an eagle, you get 8 points. So you always add to your tabulation. So it's kind of like scoring in basketball. You can't ever get negative points in a basketball game. You only get positive. So it's always positive integers. So you're moving from zero to start the day to up to however many points you accumulate along the way. So each hole is its own scoring entity. So the worst score you can get on any single hole is a double bogey, which would equate on your scorecard to a zero. So that way, the bad holes are quickly discarded, while the positive ones are, there for everybody to see. Like, oh, that was a great hole. I remember that. So you're focusing on the positive holes you have each day, rather than dwelling on the one or two bad holes you had that ruin your round. So there's eight simple scoring rules that I have that is pretty much standard play for most recreational play. So it's not like I'm changing the game radically. I'm just saying, okay, these have always been used by most groups, like a first tee mulligan or gimme putts. Okay, but those would not be allowed in traditional professional tournaments, but they are with my method, and I make them standard for this is how the game is played. Similar to a scramble golf tournament, which is very different than a PGA stroke play method. And if you go to any charity event, it's almost always a scramble format because it's fun, everyone gets to score well, everyone has a great time, and a lot of money is raised for charity. I have a similar premise. I want every time you go on the golf course for it to be mostly positive experience and for you to be excited to go do it again with your friends and family. Because that's what it's all about. None of us, or most of us, 99.9% of us are never going to be good enough to play on the pro tour, but we should be able to go out and have one heck of a good time every time we're fortunate enough to tee it up with those closest to us. And that's the whole premise of the book. Inspire you to get out more often. This method is simple to follow. Everyone understands that you're going to score a lot better, and everyone's going to score a lot better because everyone is playing under the same simple parameters. And we enhance the scoring opportunities for everybody. So you never leave the course feeling dejected or discouraged, but there's always room to say, I can get better. And this is how I'm going to get better, because I'm going to now focus on my scoring irons and my putting and my chipping, which everybody knows, but not really many people want to practice. So my system allows more people to focus on what they need to focus on to get better and so they can score better, and so that they can have a lot more fun with their friends and family.
Okay, well, is it the scoring that scares people away from going to play golf?
Yeah, it's intimidating. Golf is very intimidating. Right, we're right next to here a Top Golf, which Top Golf is user friendly. Everybody hits a ball, and if you hit a bad shot, nobody cares. It just goes down in the net, and nobody cares. Everybody laughs about it, and they say it's no big deal. But if you're actually on a real golf course and you duff a shot, it's kind of embarrassing. So what we're trying to do is make the game much less intimidating and far more appealing. Say, okay, go play a lot of par 3 courses starting out. And learn to get really good at your short game with your scoring irons, your chipping and putting, and work your way back from the par 3s. Then you go, once you master those, you go play executive courses. Then once you're ready for the real courses, you play from the most forward of tee boxes, and you work your way backwards from there. So you're not intimidated. The game is not so daunting to look at, and people are going to want to play a lot more often. Once you get hooked on golf, it's very enjoyable, but you have to put in the work, you got to put in the time. But with our system, you're not going to be so frustrated. It's not inherently frustrating like traditional golf scoring system is, where you have to be nearly perfect on all 18 holes. With our scoring system, if you have 12 successful holes and 6 bad holes, you're still going to have a heck of a day because you've scored on 12 of those holes. And like, okay, so 2/3 of the holes I had a great time on, 1/3 I didn't, but that's okay. Where traditional golf, you have 1/3 bad holes, and your score is going to look atrocious, and you're going to be embarrassed, and you're going to say, I never want to do this again, which is what you see a lot of golfers do now. They go off the course, and then you say, well, did you have a good time? They'll say, no, it beats working, but that's about it. With my system, like, yes, that was so much fun. I can't wait to go do it again. And that's the whole premise is let's make the game less intimidating, more fun, more enjoyable for everybody from start to finish so that everyone's fired up to go do it again and again. And if that's the case, then golf courses are going to see a lot more people playing, and their revenue is going to go up, and they're going to be able to put money back into their courses. So the greens will be better, the fairways will be better, the sand traps will be better. So it's a win-win for everybody. That's the whole premise, is to make golf a win-win for everybody throughout the industries, from the players to the golf course management teams to the golf course owners. Just make the game much more appealing, so the appeal to go out and play, the demand is there, for the next 20 years, not just, for the next month or two. Now that Phil Mickelson just won the PGA, everyone's fired up to go play. They're like, look, a 50-year-old just won a major, which is incredible. So there's going to be a big push for everyone to go out and play now. Well, we need to keep that push going for the next 20 years, not just for the next couple of months. And the way to do that is by adopting my system, so that it's much more user-friendly, and people are like, okay, Kelley's system, GITCA Golf, makes sense. This is a much easier way to play the game and easier to score it and do well and have a good time. And if everyone's doing that, everyone's going to say, let's go do that again and again. They're not going to say, I never want to do that again, which is what you see a lot of people say now. So that's the premise of the book.
So aside from the scoring change, what else are you doing? What are your other steps to help people enjoy the game more?
The main thing is after every hole, you say, okay, I got an 8 on that hole, which means, that's 4 over par on a par 4, 3 over par on a par 5. That your day's ruined right there. So if you start out 8-8 on most scorecards, your day's ruined. And no matter how you play the rest of the round, you're going to be frustrated that you started out 8-8. With my system, if you get 8-8, you put 2 zeros down the scorecard, and you're like, okay, now let's enjoy the rest of the day. So if you're enjoying every moment you have on the golf course, then you're able to really, engender the relationships you have, whether you're playing with your father or your mother, your sister, your brother, your best friends. You're saying, all right, let's have fun today. Let's not be so uptight about our golf score. Let's learn to enjoy the beautiful scenery we have out here on the golf course, the camaraderie we have, these special moments, which all too often, we take for granted. And before we know it, something happens and somebody's health deteriorates, or we're not able to play golf with that person anymore, or they unexpectedly pass away. And so we live a life of regret, lamenting the fact that we didn't cherish the moments we had out on the golf course. So the whole premise of the book is to play with a sense of gratitude for all that we've been given by our parents, by our the people that have made the ultimate sacrifice, the first responders, the military people that have given us all the freedoms that we're so blessed with here in America, to really appreciate all that we've been blessed with. And we got to go play golf today with our friends and family members. How lucky are we? People around the world would kill to be able to be in our place. And we often take those for granted. And the whole idea of the book is to remind people that this is a wake-up call to enjoy life, to enjoy these rare moments that we have with our friends and family members, and that this is just a game. And let's make it fun. Let's make it enjoyable. Let's not make it a final exam. Let's make it something we really enjoy. And I think that's what most people feel when they play golf. They're like, this is a final exam. This isn't any fun. And I want to lighten the parameters so that this is fun for everybody. You can really enjoy yourself out there. And if you're having fun and everyone else is having fun, guess what? Everyone wants to go do this again and again. And if you're a nice guy to play with or a nice lady to play with, everyone wants to play with you because you're fun and you're engaging and you're positive. And that's what, if you play with a lot of positive people, the game is fun. If you're playing with, woe is me, Joe Blow, that is frustrated all the time, then they're no fun to play with. And your experience is hurt by that. So the whole idea is from start to finish, let's go have a good time. And if everybody adopts that same mindset that this is fun and enjoyable, and let's just enjoy ourselves, you're going to want to do this again and again. And you're going to see your friends, a lot more often. I always tell people that so many relationships are ended because somebody ends up not playing golf anymore. And I said the people of golf management teams have set up people to fail. And so people get discouraged by golf, so they quit playing golf, and then they never see their friends anymore because the only time they really saw their friends was on the golf course. So what my system does is says, hey, let's re-energize everybody to get out and play more often, so you get out and see your friends that you don't often see other than on the golf course. So you're inspired to go play with your family members and your friends a lot more often. You say, hey, this is fun. Let's go do it. We're not going to take ourselves too seriously. We're not professionals. We're in this to have fun, and let's go have fun. And my system is so positive, it makes everybody say, oh, this is fun. Let's go do this again and again. And it doesn't have to be an expensive course. It can be a rundown, little par 3 course that's not well taken care of. And if you're out there with your friends and family and everyone's having a great time and enjoying themselves, you're like, this is fun. I can't wait to go do this again. And you do it for like $10. You don't have to pay hundreds of dollars to play some expensive course where the course wins most of the time. Our system's set up so you play in the parameters so that you have a good chance to score a bogey or better on most of the holes you play. And if you're doing that again and again, you're going to say, I'm pretty good. I'm better than I thought I was at golf. And then this game is fun and enjoyable, and you could be pretty proud of your playing ability, which most people aren't right now, unfortunately. So I'm trying to change those parameters so everyone can have a great time, whether you're a total beginner or somebody that's just a really avid golfer that's really good. And the way the parameters are set up, I can go play with a total beginner or somebody that's really good, somebody who's way better than me. If we all play from our right tee boxes under my parameters, everyone's going to have a good time scoring most of the holes they play. And they say at the end of the day, that was fun. Even though that person's way better than me or that person's way, a lot more of a beginner than I am, I had fun with them and I enjoyed their company and I can't wait to do it again with them. And that's the whole premise, is so many people put off those moments because they say, well, I'm not quite as good as that person. I don't embarrass myself, or that person's not nearly as good as me. That wouldn't be any fun to play with them. So we put off these moments. And then by the time we get around to wanting to go play with them, something's happened. They've moved out of town or their health's deteriorated. And we regret the fact that we didn't get the chance to play with them a lot more often. And that's a tragedy. Golf is a great opportunity to get together and let your hair down and have fun and, let loose on the ball and have fun out on a beautiful course with your friends and family. And at the end of the day, everyone had a great time, and maybe have, some drinks afterwards or whatever, or a nice dinner or something that brings us together. And I think what the pandemic has shown us is we need to get together a lot more often, because we don't know how many opportunities we have now that we're limited with our, ability to see each other. So it's kind of a wake-up call that, yes, I need to go reprioritize what's important in my life. And almost everybody says it's your friends and family. No one really cares what your golf score is per se, but at the end of the day, at the end of your life, you're going to say, I wish I'd spent more time with my family and friends. And that's the whole premise of the book. Be grateful for everything you've been given in this country. Be grateful for your family and friends. Cherish them. Cherish every moment you have. Learn to enjoy everything and not take yourself so seriously, and give back to people. Make every opportunity you have to give back, to do so, and make every day of your life, live it to its fullest. That's the whole premise.
Okay. You want to hold up your book? Let's see the
Yes, sir.
cover.
So
Okay.
GITCA Golf by Kelley Peter. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
What is GITCA?
GITCA stands for Gratitude Inspires Totally Courageous Acts, which is just what I talked about. It's being thankful for all the first responders and military who have given, paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we could
Right.
have the freedoms that we enjoy in this country. So let's not take ourselves so seriously. Let's cherish every moment. Let's go out of our way to give back to them. And the ultimate goal is down the line to turn this into a nonprofit where I have national GITCA golf tournaments, which raises money for the Wounded Warrior Project, children's hospitals, first responders who have been injured in the line of duty, as a way to give back. My mindset is I have so much to be grateful for in my life, as do most people, and we owe everything to the military and first responders that keep us safe and come to us in times of need and aid us. And the least we can do is give back to them whenever we can, and if we're able to. So that's the ultimate goal: is to pay it back to them. They've given everything to us. The least we can do is to at least live our lives to its fullest, and if we can, give back to them to repay them for all their services. That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, that's great. I agree with you. Couldn't agree with you more on that. Kelley, we do have to wrap this up. We are out of time. Do you have a website that you want to give out?
Yes, it's called GoGitCaGolf.com, GOGITCA golf.com, and it's a link to my book, to buying my book, and I've got apparel you can get there, and little sayings that I put on there to help motivate people, and a list of the rules of the game. So it's very self-forward. The rules are very simple, straightforward. I think everyone will read the rules and say, okay, that makes sense. I get that. That's not too far from what I play right now. So it's a quick transition from what you normally play to, okay, this is playing from the right tee boxes. These rules make it simple to follow, and I'm going to have a lot more fun. So that's what it's all about. So I hope everybody buys the book. The book takes off. Everyone learns to play this way, and ultimately we'll be able to give back to the first responders. That's the ultimate goal in the military.
Thanks so much for